Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. My husband told me a couple days ago, he said, what did he say? You should explain to people, because I'll sit here and I'll do a message and all of a sudden I'll stop and it's like I'll laugh. I'm channeling. I'm getting downloads from God, source, whatever you want to call the ultimate power. And some people don't understand that, but honestly, everybody's doing it. When you're just walking along and it's like something's on your mind, whether it's a problem that you've got, a question, whatever, and all of a sudden the answer comes in from just nowhere. It just drops in your head. Or you see something that answers your question, whether it be a billboard or a song or somebody says something that answers your question. Those are all ways of channeling, answers from God. And some people channel in different ways. Some people will see the message, some people will hear it, some just have a knowing, and they're all okay. They're all perfect. It's however you're meant to get the message. And the thing is, understanding or having discernment as to whether it's your ego, your past traumas, or it's really a message from God. And you will know if it's your ego or if it's a trauma or something like that. It's going to come from, you're going to get an answer, but it's not going to be of love. There'll be a fear. There'll be a division, a judgment, something like that in the message. It won't be a message that gives you a peace and comes from unconditional love. I mentioned yesterday, speaking of yesterday, the movie I was talking about is Bird Box, not Birdcage. Birdcage was with Robin Williams, and it was not at all related to what I was talking about. Of course, I don't know, maybe it was. I'll have to go back and watch that movie. It was another good movie. But Bird Box is the movie I was talking about with Sandra Bullock. If you have not seen that one, you need to go watch it. Anyway, now I lost my train of thought. What was I talking about yesterday? I don't know. It'll come back to me, maybe, if it's meant to. But when you receive a message that is just, that's what I was going to say. Thank you. Everything I say, all the messages that I get, there's no fear in it. There's nothing there that will incite fear. There's nothing there that causes judgment. It's all out of love or division or any of the stuff that our ego has been trained to interject. And one thing I was talking to my husband this morning, and I kind of said something about it yesterday in my video about some of the people that, and I asked him last night, I said, what are you seeing with some of the people that we used to follow? And he's seeing the same thing. It's almost like, I don't want to say clickbait, but it's almost like they're trying to hook you with the fear. And that's not me. I'm not here to hook you with fear. So, and I told him this morning, I said, I'm just at a point where a lot of the YouTubes that come up on my feed, I just scroll past them because I'm just not into, even the stuff that says the energy update. And some of them I'll read, but I don't get tied to it. I used to look at it and go, oh my gosh, the new moon is here or the full moon is here. This is what I can expect to see. And then when you might see it, but when you don't see it, you go into, when you tie to it, you go into, well, what's wrong with me? What am I doing wrong? Why am I not seeing this? Am I not good enough? Am I missing something? And the thing is, that's not where we're supposed to be. You may experience energies. You may experience, like I said, literally the stuff that's going on right now is extremely intense. You might not be experiencing any of that, and that's okay. I know my husband and I are, but it's what we're meant to be experiencing. And it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing at all. But I told him, I said, people get hung, and I would get hung up in even manifesting. When you want a new car, a new job, a relationship, a house, whatever, and it doesn't come fast enough, you start searching. You start trying to make it happen, trying to figure out why it's not happening. What are you doing wrong? What can you do to improve it? All of those things are stopping the process because you have doubt or lack. To manifest anything, all I ever did was just know what I wanted and just know that it's just going to happen if it's meant to be. And however it's meant to be. I never got tied up in how am I going to make this happen? And I told him this morning, I said, even because we're talking about potentially taking a vacation the end of the year. We'll do small things throughout the year, but we want to take a big vacation at the end of the year. And I told him, I said, the difference where we were is, okay, we want to plan a vacation. How are we going to make that happen? We need to save money. We need to do this. We need to do that. We need to do the other. Meanwhile, you're in the how am I going to get it done mode. How can I try to make it happen? And you're not enjoying each moment getting to that vacation. And I told him this morning, I said, that's not where we are anymore. That's not where we're supposed to be. We, not just him and me, we, all of us. We're at the point where, yes, you can plan that vacation, but do it out of joy. Get excited about the vacation and just know that everything is going to fall into place perfectly. It might not be how when I bought my motorcycle, I had a thought. It's like, okay, this is, if it's meant to be, this is how it's going to all fall into place. No, that's not how it fell into place. It all fell into place. And then the universe when I started second guessing everything, the universe was like, Pam, stop. You have the money. It doesn't matter how it all fell into place. It fell into place perfectly. everything lined up, including the weather being perfect to drive from here to Pennsylvania to get it. 4.5 hours each way. The people were home because it doesn't matter. It's just all perfect. So it's not for you to try to figure out how to make it work. Just come from a place of every moment, every now moment, just enjoy it. Have fun. You know, and it might look hazy in here. It's probably because my house is smoky. My husband, the other day, he went to the store and he bought a steak. And we cooked it for breakfast this morning. We had steak and eggs. Oh my God, it was the best piece of meat I think I've ever had in my life. But I fried it in my cast iron skillet in the kitchen. So yeah, my house is a little smoky, but oh my God, it smells good. You know, don't get hung up in, oh, I got to clear out the house, my house. And do I care that it's on my video? No, I don't. Live in the moment. Be happy. I don't care what's going on. You know, I mean, I'm cooking the steak and yeah, I turn around and look and I was like, oh, the house is getting a little smoky. Hopefully the smoke alarm won't go off. If it does, we'll go fan it and turn it off and, you know, but it didn't even go off. So save the money, yes, but come from when you're saving the money for your vacation, if that's what you need to do, be excited about it. Every dollar, every thing that you put away to get ready for the vacation, do it out of excitement, but don't wait for the vacation to have fun. You know, and thank you. I was just reminded of when I left my last job. I hated my job. I've posted videos on this, so I'm not going to go into the whole story again, but I hated my job. When I lived in, how am I going to get out of my job? I need to shift things. I need to whatever. And I was in misery. Nothing was happening. When I shifted my mindset to, you know what? It's paying my bills. I get to have freedom. I get to do basically what I want. I work from home. And I started looking at the positives and started enjoying parts of it and just let the other stuff go. It wasn't long, my job ended, and it was perfect. Now I get to do whatever I want to do, whenever I want to do it. And that's how you're supposed to be. That's how moving into the new earth, we're becoming new humans with a mindset that's completely different. It's never been here before. It's completely different than what we've been taught. What we've been told is supposed to be the way it is. You know, you're told you're supposed to go work a job. Doesn't matter whether you like it or not. Just go work a job. Work hard. The harder you work, the more money you'll make. No, that's not the case. And suck it up and you'll retire one day. No. You're supposed to do what you know, there is a saying, if you do what you enjoy, you don't work a day in your life. That is exactly where we're supposed to be our whole lives. You're not supposed to work for anything. Because when you enjoy your job, things just fall into place. When you enjoy the process of going on this vacation, don't look at it as you're trying to make it happen, or, oh God, I got to save money. I got to do all this stuff. I got to contact a travel agent. Where are we going? No. No. If you're in that mindset, don't plan to go on vacation. Plan something else that you can get excited about. Whatever it is. So, sorry, I had to check to make sure I didn't have chickens out in the road. But that's, if you get enjoyment out of reading the energy updates, watching YouTube channels, if they bring you enjoyment, fine, watch them. If they send you into, well, but I'm not seeing this. What's wrong with me? What am I doing wrong? Or it sends you into judgment of, well, yeah, those people are crazy. Or that's witchcraft. That's demonic. They're like, if it's any of that negative stuff, don't watch it. Let it go. I have people, somebody asked me yesterday what I did. And there were, my family was around because we did Easter yesterday. And somebody that doesn't know me asked me what I did. And I kind of hesitated because I know my family doesn't get what I do. And that's okay. And I told them, I said, I'm an intuitive healer. And they lit up. They were like, that's exciting. And I said, I channel messages from God. It's what I do. Is everybody going to resonate with that? No. You will come across the people that are meant to resonate with it when you come from a place of happiness and joy. I don't try to make this happen. It just happens. Sitting here talking to you, I can't tell you how many times if you've been watching my channel, you will see it. Because as it comes through, it comes out. I tell you what I get. It's the way we're supposed to be. There's nothing wrong with it. If you do this, you do this. What word am I looking for? If it resonates with you, okay. If it doesn't resonate with you, that's okay too. If you understand that this is what you're doing, great. If it's just happening and you think, there are no coincidences, and if you think, it's just a coincidence and, all this stuff is nonsense and hocus pocus and woo woo and all that kind of stuff, that's okay too. That's your opinion. And just like yesterday's video, it doesn't matter what you do. Just be happy. Just be happy. Do everything from a place of love. It doesn't matter what anybody says. Doesn't matter what anybody does. Don't get hung up in the negative. You only have right now. That's all you ever have is right now. When you grasp that and understand that, it becomes easier to live in the now and be happy. If you choose. Some people just choose to be, I don't want to say, just miserable. Some people just choose to focus on things that they have no control over and worry about the next moment, the next, how they're going to go on vacation. You're wasting precious moments because you're not guaranteed to be here when that vacation comes. You know, I don't care if it's tomorrow or next week or next year. You're not guaranteed to be here. Not to mention the fact you're not guaranteed to be able to go. Because look back in 2020, how many people planned vacations? How many people planned weddings? How many people planned graduation? And because of the nonsense that was going on, none of that happened. I don't care how hard you tried. I don't care how much planning you put into that wedding, that graduation, that vacation, that whatever. Things that were out of your control happened. So, again, you can't plan for that stuff. Just enjoy the moment. You know, that's all I do. Therefore, when all that nonsense happened, my life just kept rolling. Nothing in my world stopped. Nothing in my world changed. I still went wherever I wanted to go. I still did whatever I wanted to do. I still did it how I chose to do it, which was not by the agenda. I just, again, live every moment from a place of what is going to make me happy right now. And that doesn't come from, that's not being selfish. That's how you're supposed, that's the lie that we were told. You know? It's like, and I said this before, I grew up with, it's not always about you, Pam. The world does not revolve around you, Pam. You know what? Yes, it does. My world revolves around me. What makes me happy? Because nobody else can make me happy. My husband could do whatever. And if I choose to be in a bad mood, it's going to be a bad mood. Or he can do something that's completely stupid, and which he's not going to do that, but I'm just saying he could do, and if I choose to be happy, it's just not going to bother me. It's your choice. Nobody can make you happy but you. So stop stressing. Stop worrying about the next moment, the next whatever. Stop trying to make anything happen. I've said this, I don't know how many times. Everything, including my motorcycle, my house, my husband, everything. I could not make it happen because there are moving pieces that you're not even aware of. So you can stress yourself out trying to make something happen. If it's meant to be, it'll be. You know, you can if your vacation is going to cost, I don't know, $5,000, and you work your butt off all year and you save $10,000 and you're getting ready to go, who says there's not a strike and you can't go? Who says there's not another pandemic and now you can't go? Who says you're even here? Or somebody in your party that's supposed to go with you is even here. God forbid, But if you didn't enjoy the whole time up to that point, you wasted all that time worrying and stressing over something for nothing. Not for nothing. It's pointless. So, again, what I channel, and sometimes I'll be sitting here talking and something will drop in and I don't realize it until later that came through. Because it just flows through me. I just get out of my way. I just get out of the way and just allow whatever to flow through me. And I might catch it later, or I might go back and watch the video later because sometimes I don't even know what the heck I said. And I'll be like, wow, that was pretty profound. Yeah, I know it didn't come from me because it was something I didn't even know about. So, again, what is that saying? Don't worry about tomorrow. I don't know. Post it in the comments if you know what the heck I'm trying to say. Because it's something about not worrying about tomorrow because tomorrow would take care of itself. And I don't even know what it is. Take care of today. Just enjoy today. Enjoy right now. Because literally, right now is all you have. And in 5 minutes, it's going to be right now. It'll be another right now. That's all you have. So I hope this helps you. I hope this makes sense. But I wanted to explain the channeling and the downloads. Whatever you call it. You might call it something different. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not evil. It's not demonic. It's not. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with it. And you have free will. So whatever comes in, you have the choice to follow the guidance or not. God will not ever tell you what to do. God will guide you. God will give you signs and synchronicities to let you know whether you're on the right path or the wrong path. Well, there is no wrong path. It's just whether you're on the right path for your highest and best. If you ever have a message that says this is what you have to do, you're not hearing God. Because God will never tell you what you have to do. Because you have free will. God will always guide you with love. Every message will be of love. So there's nothing wrong with it. Now whether you choose to tell people you channel or not, okay. I mean, I've always said, people will be like, I meet them and they dump whatever on me, and I'll be talking to them and I will say something. And it'll be like, I hope that made sense. And they're like, oh my God, that was how did you know? I didn't. I'm just channeling God. God knows what you need. I don't. I've always done that. I didn't realize what I was doing, but that's what I do. I channel. I just get out of the way and let God speak through me. And it's always, and a lot of times, it's a message that I need also. It's amazing how that happens. But it's always from a place of love. So if this helps you, if it makes sense, but even if it doesn't make sense, just click, just for fun. Take out some frustration and click that like button. Watch that thumb pop up. It's happy. So click the like button, subscribe to my channel, share the video if you know somebody that needs it. Even if you don't, just share it. And just be happy. So I'm going to go to the store, then go next door and help my husband cut up some wood because my neighbor dropped a big tree. So my husband's over there now cutting it up. So I'm going to go help him with that and have fun in the process. I don't look at it as, oh my God, it's work. If I didn't want to do it, I wouldn't go do it. That's the thing. Just go have fun. I don't care what you're doing. Have fun at it. So have an amazing day. I send you so much love, and we will talk soon.